to CSE's fully virtual market opening ceremony organized to celebrate the listing of the Prime Lands Residencies Limited.
Banking on the entrepreneurial spirit of the Sri Lankan people, the Colombo Stock Exchange builds on a share trading tradition that has existed in Sri Lanka for over a century. The business of share trading that commenced with plantation companies in 1896 continues to thrive today as a matured and vibrant stock market that mobilizes capital flows of over 300 billion rupees a year.
After 35 years of the stock exchange, we have leveraged on the combined experience and expertise of the industry to leapfrog on multiple fronts. As we look towards a possible re-rating of the market upwards, what is on the cards are major infrastructure developments, new product introductions, widening of the investor base, building a sustainable business model, and most importantly, working with the government and the regulator to position the CSE as a pivotal point for capital raising.
The CSE in its present form began in 1985 when the Colombo Securities Exchange Guarantee Limited was incorporated as a company limited by guarantee formed by 7 stockbroker firms. Today, as the operator of the stock market in Sri Lanka, we offer state-of-the-art pre-trade, trade and post-trade platforms. Our stakeholder base also includes the regulator, the Securities and Exchange Commission of Sri Lanka, 285 companies, over 700,000 local and foreign institutional and individual investors, 150 members of staff of the stock exchange, and other market intermediaries who go and make up the ecosystem of the Sri Lankan capital market.
Stock exchange operations around the globe have evolved significantly over the past 35 years, and so has the CSE. Our trading operations, which started with an open outcry system and investors visiting the public trading floor, today is delivered through a state-of-the-art multi-asset class automated trading system and a central depository system. To mark its 35th anniversary year, CSE has engaged in a drive to digitalize all stakeholder touchpoints in the stock market, enabling end-to-end connectivity electronically.
CSE over the years have invested in technology because we understand a robust, secure and cutting-edge technology is the backbone of a modern exchange. Today our IT systems and infrastructure supports a sustainable business model by securing processing transactions, generating accurate and real-time market data and offering speedy, convenience, reliable access to the market users. We have also focused strengthening our information and cybersecurity and building internal capabilities to support the market-wide digitization strategy.
Establishing regulatory readiness to navigate through a Sri Lankan business landscape that has changed substantially since CSE was first established has been a material focus.
Regulation must evolve to support the development plan or the development strategy of the exchange, and that is something that we have always followed. Compared to the inception of the Colombo Stock Exchange 35 years ago, we have been able to transform our listing framework to make it really attractive for issuers to come and raise capital by listing their securities through the Colombo Stock Exchange. And for this purpose, we have been able to diversify our listing platforms and listing boards, giving them various listing options to benefit. In terms of overall regulation, our focus has always been investor protection, creating and maintaining a fair and orderly market, and also facilitating capital formation.
As we celebrate 35 years, the CSE has taken decisive steps to diversify from a single product market to one that offers multiple products. Real estate investment trusts, the creation of an OTC market for repos on corporate debt, trading of gold products, and stock borrowing and lending are already in the process of being introduced. On the regulatory and governance fronts, the new SEC Act, we believe, will be an important development covering regulatory changes required to continue to safeguard investor rights.
The investor base in the Sri Lankan stock market has grown steadily over the last 35 years, and measures taken by CSE to increase the retail investor base and foreign investment fund flows rapidly to create a vibrant securities market have been focused and consistent. We have used multiple strategies to attract local and foreign investors. End-to-end digitalization is helping us to widen the local investor base. The Invest Sri Lanka series has been effective in taking the message of our stock market and opportunities globally and in attracting foreign fund flows into the country. As we look ahead, CSE envisions to play a competitive role and be among the leading regional markets, harnessing our key strengths of the established infrastructure and the reputation built over 35 years.
Over the last 35 years, we have evolved, we have changed, we have developed. But one thing that remains unchanged is our focus on maintaining the integrity and the quality of the market.
We will continue our journey towards success, and we value our stakeholders whose confidence in us stood unaltered. I would like to recognize the role played by our listed companies, our investors, and all market intermediaries who placed confidence in the CSE over the past 35 years. I also recognize the untiring efforts of board members, present and past, as well as the CSE staff, including those who served previously.
Colombo Stock Exchange, a transformative past, a vibrant future. Committed to creating a better place on earth for everyone. From a modest paint-worn house in Borala 25 years ago, this vision became the foundation of Prime Group, Sri Lanka's largest real estate developer, continuing to drive its people to new heights each and every day. Starting from 5 to over 15 acres, Prime Lands, as it was known in the beginning, developed land plots for residential housing. During the era of a decades-long civil war that had ravaged the Sri Lankan economy, this was no easy task, as investments in the nation were scarce and buyers were few and far between. 2009 saw the end to the 30-year conflict, but the collapse in the US stock market created a ripple effect, and like many finance companies, Salinco Grameen found itself on the verge of collapse. We acquired the company and rebranded it as Prime Grameen Microfinance. With the correct approach and right leadership, we made it profitable. In 2015, Prime Grameen merged with HNB Bank and listed on the Colombo Stock Exchange as HNB Finance, and is now ranked among the top 10 finance companies in Sri Lanka. Meanwhile, a modern fortress of glass and steel sprouted from our base of operations right here in Borala, Colombo 8. It became the head office to the newly created Prime Group of companies, which was now a household name, synonymous with trust and prosperity. In 2012, we saw a huge potential in the suburbs and introduced the concept of affordable luxury. We started building low and mid-rise apartments across Sri Lanka with the amenities found in luxury condominiums. We created and pioneered a new segment in Sri Lanka's real estate market to fill the industry's vacuum. This was the most prolific decade for the group, which now dominates the market with its signature concept of affordable luxury housing communities. In 2017, we added another finance company to the Prime umbrella, Summit Finance, rebranded as Prime Finance Limited. In 2018, our horizons stretched across oceans where we incorporated Prime Homes Australia. In 2019, Boomi Realty was the latest addition to the group. To date, our condominium portfolio includes 44 projects with 36 already completed and handed over. Our lands and gated house projects included over 4,500 projects located in 16 out of the 24 districts. The numerous awards and accolades we have won over the years is a testament to our promise to creating a better place on earth. A few of our most notable achievements include being crowned the best developer in Sri Lanka, the best luxury condo development in Sri Lanka, the best housing project in Sri Lanka, awarded by the Property Guru Asia Property Awards, the Great Place to Work Laureate Award, winner of the most respected entity in Sri Lanka for real estate, awarded by LMD. As we celebrate our 25th anniversary, we revolutionized the real estate industry by obtaining a rating of A- stable from ICRA Lanka. So how else could we leave a mark in Sri Lanka's real estate industry? By capturing the skies over Colombo. The Grand rises over 160 meters into the sky and sits over an acre of the most prized real estate in Sri Lanka, Ward Place. Standing tall as the only high-rise in Colombo 7 for an age to come. It boasts the longest infinity pool in the country, brimming with the best finishes and fittings, catering to the super luxury segment. The Grand is set for completion in 2022 and represents Prime Group's greatest achievement to date. Trust and transparency have always been core values of ours, as real estate is sacred to us. So please join us as we celebrate our 25th anniversary. We are a proud Sri Lankan success story and remain committed to creating a better place on earth.
Welcome. We're here to mark the occasion of the listing of Prime Lands Residencies Limited on the Colombo Stock Exchange. I would like to welcome some special guests today. First, the Chairman of Prime Land Residencies Limited, Mr. Brahmanage Premalal, the Senior Management and Board of Directors of the company, and secondly, the advisors and managers to the issue, Equity Partners, and its Managing Director and CEO, my good friend and former Chairman of the Colombo Stock Exchange, Mr. A. Abeywadana. Today marks the listing of a company that represents the real estate sector. Now, this is a sector that is underrepresented on the market capitalization of the Colombo Stock Exchange. That makes this extra special that Prime Lands is coming to the market in a very successful manner. Prime Lands Residencies was taken to its IPO and was oversubscribed on its very first day and raised 1.95 billion rupees through the Colombo Stock Exchange. This is the third listing this year on the Colombo Stock Exchange, and I'm pleased to note that each one of them raised their full quota of fundraising within the very first day through oversubscription. We're pleased to note that this proves the resiliency and the robustness of the Colombo Stock Exchange as a venue for capital raising. I wish Prime Lands Residencies all success and growth in the future, and I hope we will see very strong aftermarket performance once market opens today. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Equity Partners, who were mandated to function as the manager and financial advisor to the IPO of Prime Lands Residencies, it gives me great pleasure to address you this morning on the historic occasion of the opening of share trading for Prime Lands Residencies on the Colombo Stock Exchange this morning. Prime Lands Residencies is indeed a success story that is legendary. Started by two entrepreneurs over 25 years ago, the organization has grown to be a powerhouse in the real estate industry. It's a most respected entity, having won many accolades for its achievements. Equity Partners has been working with Prime Lands Group for a number of years now, for over 5 or 6 years, and we have worked and we have carried out various assignments for the Prime Lands Group, and I can say with confidence that the Prime Lands Group is indeed a very professional organization, and that professionalism goes throughout the organization and its people. And we were very honored when Mr. Premalal, who is the chairman of Prime Lands Residencies, and Mrs. Sandamini Pereira, the co-chairperson of Prime Land Residencies, mandated Equity to function as the manager and the financial advisor to their share offering in their quest to broad base their share ownership. And I hope that at the least we have delivered on the faith and the confidence that they have placed in us. The IPO was a tremendous success, ladies and gentlemen, and we were successful in having both the first and the second tranches oversubscribed, whereby the entire share issue of 187,500,000 shares were oversubscribed. This was at a time when we were heading for the lockdown, given the increase in the pandemic, and the fact that we were able to have the share issue and conclude it successfully speaks volumes, and it's an overwhelming measure of confidence by investors in Prime Lands Residencies and the projections that they have put forth in their growth numbers, because this shows that the investors invested for the mid and the long term potential and the benefit that they can derive from investing in this share issue. The Prime Lands Residencies share issue also set a new record for the number of applications that we received via online applications. 52% of the applications that came through were online, and I must congratulate Prime Lands Residencies and my team at Equity for having used technology for the first time to bring in applications to broad base, to increase and to encourage investors to use the online platform to invest in this share issue. I also want to take this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Premalal and Mrs. Sandamini Pereira and the entire team at Prime Lands Residencies for a very successful IPO. I also wish to place on record my sincere thanks to the cornerstone investors. I want to thank Ceylon Bank and DFCC Bank for having come forth as underwriters, for having offered their services to underwrite the issue. I want to thank the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Colombo Stock Exchange for granting us timely approvals. And most importantly, I want to thank you, the investing public, for the faith and trust and confidence placed in Prime Lands Residencies and in Equity when we came out to market the IPO to you, because you believed in the story that we had to say, and I'm confident that Prime Lands Residencies will deliver on the projections that they have put forth. I also want to thank you, and I want to wish the investing public all the very best in their share investments, and I wish you all a great day. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and my pleasure to speak a few words as we celebrate the success of the Prime Residencies IPO today. As you well aware, it has been a tremendous milestone and an achievement as a group, especially looking at the current market conditions and the prevailing unfortunate situation in the country. We achieved this on the very first day. Oversubscription is again a big milestone to us, and we are really happy about it. I believe that there's no better way of welcoming our shareholders into the organization by having the oversubscription on the very first day, which we did, and we warmly welcome our new shareholders to our company. For any business going to public is a very significant milestone, and we are very proud about it. And once again, I thank the tremendous support received from our investors and their confidence faced in us in this regard. The success story of this IPO not only confined to Prime team. We have been supported by the professional team outside Prime who are tirelessly worked towards it, namely Equity partners who had done a tremendous job in this connection, who has fantastic knowledge and experience of going to public listing. Also, we want to thank our auditors, our secretaries and our advertisers in this regard. And also special mention to CSE, who had given us a tremendous support and the guidance to achieve the desired results and giving us the required approvals in this regard. Also, I would like to mention our bankers, Ceylon Bank and the DFC's Bank, who had the big faith in us, trust in us, and also agree to underwrite the shareholders, our public offerings, even though we did not take that option since we have been oversubscribed. Once again, we would like to mention to our shareholders, we would take every aspect to meet the shareholder expectations and delivering you with the long-term value to the shares. Also, we would definitely work with transparency, trust, confidence and professionalism to provide you with the best returns that you can anticipate in the future. Thank you. Stay safe and all the very best.
The listing follows a remarkable initial public offering by the company. The issue set a robust cornerstone with an oversubscription within the first day of offer. Prime Land Residencies Limited. Welcome to the Colombo Stock Exchange. Thank you for joining the market opening ceremony. Visit www.csc.lk for more market updates.